We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are on the top half of inning number 2. No score between Lincoln and Medford. My name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Jackson Rosenthal, the leadoff man, flied out to right field for the first out of the inning. Bases empty, 1 out. Here's the righty, Evan Saito. Rogues had a base runner on in the top half of inning number 1 with a 2-out double off the bat of Kean Sanchez. Rogues could not capitalize. First that pitch from Drew Brown. 1-0 finds the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hits that ground ball to the right side, gobbled up by Groves, the second baseman. The throw to first, and the throw's on the money for out number 2. 4-3 on the ground out for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 down in the road second. Here's the right fielder, Quentin Olson, for the Rogues. And that type of evening so far, Rogues offense trying to find their mojo. Rogues scored 6 runs yesterday.
It's time for our dueling dogs dog battle at the ball game. Christmas edition. That is now batting number 15, right fielder Quentin Olson.
First offering home from Drew Brown. First pitch finds the outside corner, strike 1. Infield is playing deep for the Potters. Outfield playing deep and straight away. Lopez, the center fielder, playing a couple of steps into left center. Strike 1 pitch, swing and a miss on the curveball. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Quentin Olson so far this season, 176 hitter. High, no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Fastball misses outside, and the count goes square. Two, that's in the air, down the left field line, giving chases Gazan, third baseman. That goes out of play, and we'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. An interesting one so far. Rogues have only had 1 base runner on. 3 straight retirements from the starter, Drew Brown. Brown working with a quick release on that first base side of the rubber. Waits and delivers the 2-2. Fastball pulled foul down the third base side. We'll do it once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good atmosphere at McBean Park. We are broadcasting in the stand. Special thanks to Matt Lundgren for allowing us to be able to be in this part of the press box, the outside part. 2-2, misses low, and the count fills. So we're right in front of the press box, a little bit low. Always great hospitality when we go to McBean. Always a great organization in the Lincoln Potters. 3-2 home. Fastball misses outside, the ball for Quentin Olson. Coaxes a 2-out walk, and the inning continues. So the first walk issued by the starter, Drew Brown. 1 on, 2 outs. We are on the road second. No score between Medford and Lincoln. Here's catcher Anthony Thomas Jr. You think about what the Rogues have done so far in the first 2 innings. They've gotten a 2-out base runner on. The question is, can the Rogues find a way to get runners across? I see Santa Claus right there. Can the Rogues ask Santa for a run? First pitch. Fastball elevated. 1 ball, no strikes. You're probably thinking, Anthony Thomas Jr. trying to provide a little bit more offense. Fastball misses low again at 2 balls, no strikes. Anthony Thomas Jr. this season a .250 hitter, 1 double, 2 triples, 3 home runs. He's been swinging the bat well. Guy from Fallbrook, California. Always a pleasure talking with them. Everyone's enjoying themselves on this road trip. This is a business trip, as head coach Kevin Olmsted has said. 2-0 pitch, clubbed in the air, down the first base side. Dobson, the right fielder, trying to track that one down, but it just lands out of play because the ballpark faces to the southeast of the area, so goes faces southeast, so you're going to see a lot of that sunset from the west. 2-1, runner goes, a throw to second base, and the tag is in time. Quentin Olson caught stealing that second base, and that gets The third and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2 right after the scoreless between Lincoln and Medford. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. After the game is over, are you looking for more Medford Rogues content? Plank Talk is the official podcast of the Medford Rogues. Hi, this is Brian Welch, the voice of your Rogues. Join me every week as we talk with the players, front office staff, and special guests along the way. Plank Talk drops every week during the season on the same channel you watch the Rogues. We will see you for Plank Talk. As always, go Rogues. Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport at rowdybcn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Nothing, Lincoln nothing. Bottom half of inning number 2 from McBean Park from beautiful Lincoln, California. Game 1 of this 2-game set between the Potters and the Rogues. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Rogues offensively going in reverse in the top half of inning number 2. Quentin Olson caught stealing at second base to close the book on the top half of inning number 2. And now the bottom half of inning number 2. It is Forrest Zomer, the starting pitcher for your Rogues, facing 6, 7, 8 in the Potters batting order. Mason Belding leads off the inning, followed by Cooper Smith and Jackson Norton. Think about what happened. A pair of strikeouts and a fly out, but big part for Forrest Zomer, issuing 2 walks, but not breaking a sweat and able to find a way to dance his way out of the home half of inning number 1. Ty McGraw left on at second base, Shane Miller left on at first base, and Mason Belding, the high school senior from Grass Valley, gets to go to work now. His first trip of the evening for the Lincoln Potters. Belding settles in for his first trip. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Outfield playing deep and straight away. First offering. Fastball fouled off to the screen. Strike 1. Belding this season a .258 hitter. 4 doubles, no triples. 1 home run so far. Belding, a guy that hit the ball well in the Rogue Valley but could not connect for a couple of home runs. Strike 1 pitch, finds the outside corner, quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. And I was talking with head coach Eli Garcia a little bit before first pitch, the head coach of the Lincoln Potters, and talking about his development. He played for the Potters last year as a high school junior. No balls and 2 strikes. This is outside the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eli Garcia talked about how mature he is, takes it well, the attitude. He's actually the ultimate competitor. And he's been impressed about how he's been from last year to this year. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Belding down on strikes. It's the 3rd punch out for Forrest Zomer this evening. And the Rogues right now looking pretty good on the hill. Forrest Zomer out of CSUN doesn't normally pitch on an artificial mound. I think he might want to request that with Dave May at Harry and David Field next week. So base is empty, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the center field. Here's the DH man, Cooper Smith for the Lincoln Potters. Scoreless between the Potters and the Rogues. That flag is glued to the pole off in center field. First offering home from Forrest Zomer. First pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cooper Smith this season a .316 hitter, 3 doubles, no triples. Lefty gets back in the batter's box, waits for the 1-0. And the delivery. Swing and a miss on the slider. Nasty pitch by Forrest Zomer. Forrest Zelmer looks content on the hill so far tonight. I like that competitiveness. Gets out of the batter's box, now climbs back in as Cooper Smith. Jackson Norton waits on deck. Shadows are covering the infield. It's most all sun in the outfield. 1-1, fastball outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. So there is a slimmer of sun on the hill where Forrest Zelmer's working from. And that baseball goes right into the shade, into the shadows, barreling towards Cooper Smith. Forrest behind, 2 balls and 1 strike. Sets and the pitch. Fastball fouled off left side, and the count goes square. Good crowd on hand this evening at McBean Park. It is Christmas night at the ballpark. First 500 fans got a free snow globe. Tomorrow night is Star Wars night, and as well as a fireworks show. First time the Rogues get to experience a fireworks show on the road. Forrest sets up on that first base side. The rubber deals the 2-2. Fastball misses low and in, and the count fills. Cooper Smith from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, from Lake City High School. Out of Utah Tech. Had 3 ABs to the Trailblazers in St. George. Fresno State played a couple of games against Utah Tech, a Friday and a Saturday, I believe. 3-2. Hits that in the air, right center field. That is going to drop down for a hit in the right center. Rounding first, digging for 2 is Smith. And the relay throw is in time. Now says safe is the third base umpire. It slipped out of the glove of Jay Neugebauer, and it's a double off the bat of Cooper Smith. A great relay throw from Evan Saito to get that close for an opportunity to tag out Cooper Smith, but it's a double off the bat of Smith that puts the Potters only 180 feet away from scoring. That was kind of a crazy play and a bizarre play, but you like the hustle from the Rogues defensively there. So 1 out base runner on for the Potters. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the home second. No score between Lincoln and Medford. Here's the left fielder, Jackson Norton. Righty settles in for his first trip of the evening. Runner at second base, big lead for Cooper Smith for the Potters. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Outfield playing deep and straight away. First pitch, slider misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Norton from St. Mary's College, grew up in the Sacramento area. 1-0, fouls it off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Norton this season a .283 hitter. 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. Gets back in. Cooper Smith. He's at second base. Small lead for him. Glances at second base as Forrest Zelmer fires the 1-1. Ground ball pulled foul down the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McBean Park is not the only home for the Potters are not the only other tenant here in Lincoln. Cal State Peloteros play games here. And William Jessup, the Division II school just down the road, plays their home games here as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball gets away from the catcher, Anthony Thomas Jr. Scooting to third base is Cooper Smith. And that puts the Potters only 180 feet away only 90 feet away from scoring, from 180 to 90 feet. This is a big at-bat right now for Forrest Zelmer. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. You like what you're seeing, but Forrest Zelmer gets back on the rubber, climbs back to the batter's box as Jackson Norton. Ethan Groves waits on deck for the Potters. 2-2. Fastball elevated, and the count fills. Comebacker right to Forrest Zelmer. The throw over to first base, and it gets away from the first baseman, Jackson Rosenthal, and Cooper Smith scores standing up. So Cooper Smith scores from third. Norton gets aboard, and that is the first. Let's see how they're going to score that. Definitely might be an error. So Norton reaches on an error. It's a 1-0 lead for the Potters. Not the way you want to start if you are the Rogues. 1-0 Lincoln. We are in the bottom of 2. Here's the second baseman, Ethan Groves. Groves can definitely turn 2 to get out of the inning. Forrest Zelmer sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Big lead for Norton at first base. First offering. Out off to the screen. Strike 1. Talked a little bit about that in the series up in the Rogue Valley. This season, the Potters have swiped 140 bags. This is a team that's very aggressive on the base paths. Big lead for Norton at first base. Jackson Rosenthal holding the runner. No balls, 1 strike. Throws it over to first base. Gets back to the bag with a head-first slide as Norton. Still no balls and 1 strike. So 140 stolen bases in 2026 for this Lincoln Potter squad. You can definitely feel they're going to try to steal bags. You can definitely see that mentality from last year for the Rogues. Strike 1 pitch, fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike is being used in full effect for the Potters. Norton with a big lead at second base. Rogues last year stole 195 bases in the first year of the Kevin Olmstead regime. Throw to first base, chases back Norton once again with a head first slide. Still 1 ball and 1 strike. So Lincoln trying to adopt that principle this season. That's worked out well for them. 140 bases they've stolen. Big lead for Norton at first base. Jackson Rosenthal holding the runner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner goes. Fastball misses down and in. The throw over to second base. The ball is not going to get there in time. Jackson Norton steals second base, and they eliminate the opportunity to turn 2. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike now. And only 180 feet away from scoring are the Potters. This is a big sequence if you are Forrest Zelmer. Can Forrest get that second out of the inning? Two and 1. Fastball, elevated. 3 balls, 1 strike. This is a very strict zone dictated by the home plate umpire. Anthony Thomas Jr. doing a pretty good job with the framing, but got to find a way to get some wiggle room on the strike zone. 3-1. Fastball outside, ball 4. Ethan Groves takes first base, so it is the third walk issued by Forrest Zelmer this evening. So 2 on, 1 out, 1-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters, and here's the pitching coach for the Rogues, Nick Berger. You heard from him during our one-on-one conversation with him during the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. This pause the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That's brought to you by our good friends at Kramer Cabinets. Couple of games going on tonight from around the Pacific Empire League. It's a 7-0 lead for Healdsburg against the Marysville Giants. That is in the bottom half of the 5th from Recreation Park. West Coast Kings lead 3-0 against the Humboldt Crabs. That's in the bottom half of inning number 2. And those are the 2 other games going on in the Pacific Empire League. Conference is broken up by the home plate umpire. So 2 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 2. 1-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. And we go back to the top of the order with Jordy Lopez. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Norton at second base, Groves at first base. You can definitely turn 2 if you are the Rogues. Middle infield of Dan Neugebauer and Daniel Berman definitely thinking of that. First pitch. Fastball finds top third, strike 1. Forrest sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Glances at second base. Glances again, throws it back to second base. Chases back Norton, he gets back to the bag with a head first slide. Strike one pitch, popped up in the air, shallow right center field. Olsen calling everybody off, but it's the shortstop Jay Neugebauer in the sun, makes the one-hand grab with the shades on, and Jordy Lopez pops out for the second out of the inning. 2 on, 2 outs. We are on the bottom of 2. 1-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the third baseman, Ian Gazan. 0 for 1 so far tonight. This is a big inning right now. If you are Forrest Zelmer and the defense of the Rogues, Lincoln had runners on at first and second, but could not capitalize back in the first. First one comes home from Forrest Zelmer. Bouncing ball gets away from Anthony Thomas Jr. Runners advance to second and third. Norton to third base, Groves to second. And the Potters only 90 feet away from scoring, and if you are the Rogues, you got to find a way to definitely stop the bleeding in this inning. Gazan flied out to the center fielder Evan Saito back in the first. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. Forrest trying to handle the adversity. Runners at second and third. Norton at third base, Groves at second base. Gazan trying to get another run across this evening. 1-1, chopper up the middle, that's gonna score one. Rounding third, racing towards home is Ethan Groves, and the relay throw is late. It's a 2-run single off the bat of Ian Gazan. It's a 3-0 lead for Lincoln. Three runs across in this inning. 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here is the first baseman for the Potters, Ty McGraw. 1 on, 2 outs. This is a big inning once again. If you are the Rogues, you've heard about it. We've talked about how this team has to handle adversity. First pitch swinging, that's in the air. Third base side, tracking it down is Kian Sanchez, but watches that one go out of play. Strike one. So you think about the grass berm at Harry and David Field, that's usually down at the first base side in the Rogue Valley, but here at McBean Park, it's down at the third base side. So down the left field line, I see a whole entire group of people. Check swing, did go around. It says Ty McGraw quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. There is a whole entire sea of blankets and outdoor chairs on that left field line enjoying the game. Not as hot. 0-2, that's hit in the air. Right field going back as Olsen circles for it. That lands foul just right of the line. We'll do it again, still no balls and 2 strikes. Ty McGraw gets back in the batter's box. McGraw drew a walk in the first, got the second base, but was left stranded. No balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it off to the left side. We'll do it again. Forrest still ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, ground ball, fouled off, first base side. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Christmas in July, I love it. There's something about the holiday season in baseball. Always a lot of fun. No balls and 2 strikes, still the pitch. Fastball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shane Miller waits on deck for the Potters. 2-run single off the bat from Ian Gazan. This is a big pitch upcoming for Forrest Zelmer, trying to weather the storm 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes 1-2, popped up in the air. Shallow left field, tracking it down in foul territory as a third baseman, Kian Sanchez, near the Rogues bullpen, makes the grab for out number 3, and the inning comes to a close. McGraw pops out for the third and final out of the inning. 3 runs come across on 2 hits, 1 error committed by the Rogues, and 1 left. Ian Gazan left on at first base. A 2-run single makes it a 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. We have played 2 in the Sacramento Valley. We go to the top half, leading number 3 right after this. 2 up for the Rogues, 8-9-1. Anthony Thomas Jr., Dan Neugebauer, and Jonathan Walsh. More after this on the Rogues Streaming Network. Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport at rowdybucks.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Lincoln 3, Medford nothing. Top half leading number 3 from beautiful Lincoln, California, McBean Park. Game 1 of this 2-game set. 4th meeting of this 2026 campaign between the Potters and the Rogues. 8-9-1, 2 up for Medford. Anthony Thomas Jr. leads off the inning, followed by Jay Neugebauer, and back to the top of the order with Jonathan Walsh. Drew Brown begins his 3rd inning on the bump for the Lincoln Potters. A couple of strikeouts so far for him. Gave up 1 hit and has issued 1 walk so far tonight. First offering comes home. Slider misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Anthony Thomas Jr. was the last batter of the 2nd inning. He was at the dish when Quentin Olson was caught stealing at second base. 1-0. Slider misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Anthony from Fallbrook, California, the avocado capital of the world in Southern California. 2-0, and it misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Thomas Jr. going to be going to school at Cal State Dominguez Hills, previously at Grossmont College in the San Diego area. Now our good friend Jacob Seitz is listening tonight, back in the Rogue Valley. 3 balls, no strikes. Fastball up and out, ball 4. Anthony Thomas Jr. takes first. Lead off walk for the Rogues. 1 on, nobody out. We are on the road 3rd, a 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the shortstop, Jay Neugebauer, for his first trip of the evening. He's back in his neck of the woods, the guy who grew up in the Chico area. And I was talking with Jay a little bit last week about how many family members he would have in the stands. He said, there'd be a lot of fans for me in the stands in Lincoln. First offering, fastball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jay Neugebauer this season, a .269 hitter. 1 double, 1 triple. No home runs so far in 2026 in the summer. 1-0. Fastball elevated. 2 balls, no strikes. Gets out of the batter's box is Jay Neugebauer. And now the pitching coach for the Lincoln Potters steps out of the dugout for the first time this evening. Pitching coach Nate Kwiatkowski has a conversation with Drew Brown. Drew Brown slamming the rosin, actually was slamming his rosin bag on the ground. This is a full infield conversation. This pause the action is brought to you by Awesome Pool Guy. As your pool or hot tub need repairs, call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. We're also brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Conversation concludes between all the Potters on the hill, and we go back to work once again. 2 balls and no strikes, Jaden Neugebauer. Shadows starting to appear at the ballpark. Still a little bit of sun into right center, but the whole entire infield is covered up by the shadows. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Jaden, the guy who grew up just up the road in Chico, California. And we were on the way down to Healdsburg. We stopped near the I-5 at the Mavericks gas station. I believe near Corning, I believe. 2 balls and 1 strike. Small lead for Anthony Thomas Jr. at first base. The 2-1. Ground ball, pulled to the left side, goes to his right as the shortstop Miller throws it over to second for 1, and gets the force out of Anthony Thomas Jr. at second base. So it is 6-4 on the force out. Jaden Neugebauer reaches on a fielder's choice, but Jaden Neugebauer was telling me when we stopped at that gas station, he said, Brian, I'm like 10 minutes away from home. And Jaden Neugebauer gets aboard in his homecoming tour in the Sacramento Valley. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the top of 3. 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters against your Medford Rogues. We go back to the top of the order with Jonathan Walsh. Jonathan today 0 for 1 at the dish. This is a big inning right now. You can definitely feel that this is a Rogue squad that definitely wants to respond. First pitch, line drive, center field, a base hit. Jonathan Walsh rounding first, and he's going to put on the brakes at first base. Eastbound and down for Jonathan Walsh. A 1-out single puts runners at first and second. You like that hit by Jonathan Walsh, making early contact. So 2 on, 1 out. We are on the road to third. A 3-0 lead for Lincoln. Here's the second baseman, Daniel Berman. 0 for 1 at the dish so far tonight. This is a big inning right now. Tying run is at the dish. First pitch. Fastball. Finds the top third. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and a strike. Ground ball off the end of the bat. Slow roller towards short. Miller flips it over to second base, and the throw is in time. Head coach Kevin Olmstead not happy. It was a slow roller towards short. Miller picked it up, glove flipped it to second base, and now head coach Kevin Olmstead wants to talk with the third base umpire. This might be a decisive call in this inning. So head coach Kevin Olmstead arguing his case. You think about it, the tag was applied late, and now they're going to say Jonathan Walsh forced out at second base. So Daniel Berman reaches on a fielder's choice. So Jaden Neugebauer gets to third base. Daniel Berman reaches on a fielder's choice. Jonathan Walsh forced out 6-4 officially. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. We are on the top half of inning number 3. 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here is Kean Sanchez, the third baseman tonight. 1 for 1. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. If you are the Rogues, this is probably a great opportunity to get some runs across. Lincoln plated 3 runs in the second. Strike 1 pitch. Hits that in the air, down the left field line, tracking it down is North. That ball just goes foul left of the line. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Kean Sanchez had that home run yesterday. That was a big turning point in padding the lead for the Rogues in yesterday's game at Solano College. And now Kean Sanchez trying to provide a little bit of offense. Jaden Neugebauer only 90 feet away from scoring. 0-2, high chopper to the first base side. McGraw, the first baseman, underhands it over to the pitcher, Drew Brown, for the force out, and the side is retired. 3-1 officially on the ground out, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, no errors. But the Rogues leave a pair on. Jay Neugebauer left on at third base. Daniel Berman left on at first. We head to the home half, leading number 3 right after this. It's all Lincoln. Lincoln leading 3-0 against your Medford Rogues. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our Hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
Lincoln 3, Medford nothing. Bottom half of inning number 3 from McBean Park in beautiful Lincoln, California. Brian Witch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Potters. Shane Miller leads off the inning, followed by Brady Dobson and Mason Belding. Forrest Elmer begins his 3rd inning on the hill. He's done a pretty good job giving up those. He had a couple of strikeouts in the 1st inning, did give up 3 runs in the 2nd. First pitch, fastball misses low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Shane Miller reached on base in his first AB, back in the 1st inning. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Shane Miller, the Arizona native, out of the University of New Mexico, the Lobos out of the Mountain West. Talked about Shane a little bit up in the Rogue Valley, talking about the elevation plays a huge factor when playing a game in Albuquerque. 2-0. Fouls it off, left side, 2 balls, 1 strike. You never know how the wind's going to blow. It might blow, it's going to definitely blow out. Plus, you add the elevation to the conversation. It's a hitter's paradise and a nightmare for a pitcher. 2 balls and a strike upcoming to Shane Miller. And the pitch. Fastball, chopper to the right side, takes it on a hop. It's the second baseman, Daniel Berman. The throw to first base, automatic for out number 1. 4-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. Bases empty, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 3. All Lincoln on this Friday evening, this holly jolly Christmas in July. Great promotion night at McBean Park. Here's the right fielder for the Potters, Brady Dobson, 0 for 1 so far this evening. This is the beginning right now for Forrest Elmer. You want to see how he responds and recovers after giving up a 3 spot in the bottom half of inning number 2. So Forrest Elmer sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Infield is playing deep for Medford. Outfield playing deep and straight away. First pitch, fastball misses in. 1 ball, no strikes. Dobson patrolling right field tonight for the Potters. Struck out in the 1st inning. Lefty gets weights. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Slow roller up the middle, base hit. Brady Dobson aboard with a 1-out single. It's his first hit in the series and in the evening. So 1-out base runner on, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 3. Lincoln 3, Medford nothing. Here is the 6-hitter Mason Belding. 0 for 1 so far tonight. This is a big inning right now. You can definitely turn 2 if you are the Rogues middle infield. Jared Neugebauer and Daniel Berman definitely scheming about that. This is a huge inning. You like what you've seen so far. Rogues have got the pieces together but have not been able to fit them all onto the puzzle board. First pitch, fastball right down the boulevard, strike 1. Mason Belding struck out in his first at-bat of the evening, back in the 2nd. Forrest glances over at first base. Big lead for Brady Dobson. This is a team that likes to swipe a lot of bases. Strike one pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Like the pitch by Forrest Zelmer. Trying to keep that confidence up. You like what you're seeing from Forrest. Forrest sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Daniel Berman and Jan Neugebauer in that double play depth. No balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it off. Left side to keep the at-bat going. So no balls and 2 strikes. Head coach Eli Garcia spoke very highly of Mason Belding before the broadcast. Throw to first base, chases back. Brady Dobson gets back to the bag of a head-first slide. So no balls and 2 strikes. A lot of tenants use McBean Park. Potter's one of those tenants. The Pelliteros, the 0-2. This is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So you can see the use for an artificial infield. Kind of saves costs on the field maintenance. Just have to mow the outfield grass. This is a very nice facility. When the Potters were in the CCL, they hosted a championship series here. 1-2, misses upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was in 2021. Hosted the championship tournament here at McBean. 2-2 home. Fouls it off down the left field line. We'll do it again. So, this is a facility that has seen a lot of baseball. And of course, Jessup University has their home games here in the spring. And I was telling a couple of the guys during batting practice, pitcher Point Loma, powerhouse in the D2 ranks, playing games here. Throw over to first base, chase back. Brady Dobson gets back to the bag of a head-first slide. Still 2-2. Pitcher Biola, Point Loma. Teams out of the Pac West playing games here. At Fresno Pacific played a couple of games here in the spring. 2-2 again, swing and a miss, strike 3. Belding down on strikes. It's the 4th punch out so far for Forrest Zelmer this evening. Forrest Zelmer's looking pretty strong on the hill so far tonight. As that crucial second out we've been talking about throughout the whole entire evening. So 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the bottom half, inning number 3. Lincoln 3, Medford nothing. I like what you're seeing so far by Forrest Zelmer. Only 3 blemishes so far tonight. Here's the lefty, Cooper Smith. First pitch swinging, hits that in the air. Shallow left field. Jonathan Walsh, left fielder on the run. And trying to track that one down in the Rogues bullpen. Kian Sanchez and Jonathan Walsh runs out of room. That lands on the grass, berm down that left field line. So some lucky fan will have a foul ball. For a loud, that was a loud strike 1. But Lincoln loves their baseball in this area. William Jessup, the D2 school we've been talking about, just down the road. 15 minutes down the road in the Roseville area. And also this is the pottery capital of the world. Gladdy McBean, the factory just a couple of minutes up the road from McBean Park. Strike 1 pitch, misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cooper Smith 1 for 1 so far tonight for the Potters. Excuse me. Lincoln leading 3-0 against Lincoln. Lincoln leading 3-0 against your Medford Rogues, I should say. But Rogues right now have had their opportunities. A ball and a strike. Fastball dots the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's out of the batter's box is Cooper Smith. Jackson Norton waits on deck. Medium-sized lead for Brady Dobson at first base. You can definitely feel the Potters might go on the pitch. 1-2. Slider misses outside, and the count goes square. There are a lot of college scouts in attendance tonight. Looking at players on both teams. William Jessup's here. Nevada's here. I see a guy wearing a Sacramento State polo. 2-2 home. Fastball misses outside. Trackman says it is out. And the count fills. Gets out of the batter's box, now climbs in is Cooper Smith. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, 3-2, hits that in the air. Left field, tracking it down is Jonathan Walsh, the left fielder. Makes the one-hand grab for out number 3, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. Brady Thompson left on at first base. And we have played 3 in Lincoln. We head to the top half of inning number 4 right after this. Do it for the Rogues, Chris Ortiz, Jackson Rosenthal, and Evan Saito. Lincoln 3, Medford nothing. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
Lincoln 3, Medford nothing. Top half, inning number 4 from McBean Park. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. First pitch to the righty Chris Ortiz. Finds top third, strike 1. It's 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Rogues. Chris Ortiz leads off the inning, followed by Jackson Rosenthal and Evan Saito. Drew Brown gets his 4th inning on the hill for the Lincoln Potters. Strike 1 pitch fouled off down the third base side. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Chris today 0 for 1 at the dish. Struck out in the first inning. Infield is playing deep for Lincoln. Drew Brown, the starting pitcher, works on that first base side. 0-2 pitch, misses up and out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris has had a busy day so far. He's a part of the Pioneer Baseball League tryout up the road in Marysville. It's around like 30 minutes away from McBean Park. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the slider. Chris Ortiz down on strikes. That is the 3rd strikeout victim so far for Drew Brown tonight. So base is empty, 1 out. We are in the road 4th. All Lincoln on this Friday evening, 3-0 Potters. Here's the first baseman, Jackson Rosenthal, also 0 for 1 so far. Lights are not turned on yet at McBean Park. Temperatures comfortable for late July, 90s. First pitch, line drive, right field, tracking it down as Dobson, the right fielder, makes the grab for out number 2. Jackson Rosenthal puts a charge into that one, but he flies out for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 down in the road 4th. 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters against the Medford Rogues. Here's the center fielder, Evan Saito, also 0 for 1 so far this evening. Infield is playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. Outfield playing deep and straight away for Lincoln. Lopez, the center fielder, just a half step into right center. Right against right. Drew Brown works on that first base side of the rubber, scores for a bunt, pulls it back, and it finds the outside third. Strike 1. Evan Saito, 0 for 1 at the dish. Strike 1 pitch, chops it foul, third base side, quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Saito gets out of the batter's box. Gets back in. The Cowbells are ringing at McBean Park, a staple for the Potters home games. 0-2 home. Comebacker up the middle. Shortstop Miller trying to make the play, but he's not going to throw it over to first base. So Evan Saito gets aboard with a 2-out single to extend the inning. Like the hit right up the middle. Trying to make the play was the starting pitcher, Drew Brown. The ball just rolled all the way into center field. That's accounting for that artificial infield. You can definitely know the ball's going to speed up if it's a ground ball in the infield. So the Rogues have another base runner on. Rogues have had base runners on for the first 4 innings. First pitch to Quentin Olson, the lefty, misses low and in at 1 ball, no strikes. So 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the road 4th. 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Quentin Olson got aboard back in his first AB, back in the second. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch, the throw to first base. Chases back. Evan Saito gets back to the bag, standing up. Has to adjust his shoelaces. Evan Saito, a very fast base runner. You definitely know head coach Kevin Olmstead might give the green light. Rogues, when they are successful, they can open that door and find ways to create chaos on the base paths by stealing bases. Throw over to first base. Chases back Evan Saito, gets back to the bag of a head-first slide. Still 1 ball and no strikes. Gazan, the third baseman for Lincoln, playing off the bag at third. Outfield is playing deeper straight away for the Potters. Brown still sets up on that first base side. 1-0, ground ball to the left side. Miller, the shortstop, gloves it, underhands it over to second base, and the throw's in time for out number 3. No runs, a hit, no errors. We head to the home half, leading number 4 right after this. It's Lincoln leading 3-0 against Medford. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure Pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Bottom half of inning number 4 we go from beautiful Lincoln, California on this Friday evening in the Sacramento Valley. It's the hometown Lincoln Potters leading 3-0 against your Medford Rogues. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. 8-9-1 due up for the Potters. Jackson Norton leads off the inning, followed by Ethan Groves, and back to the top of the order, Jordy Lopez. Forrest Zelmer, who's had a rocky start so far in the Sacramento Valley, gets settled in. He works on that first base side of the rubber, and he gets ready to go to work for his 4th inning on the bump. First offering home from Forrest. First pitch, fastball right down the boulevard, strike 1. Jackson Norton got on base in his first AB, back in the second. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues, outfield playing deep and straight away. Evan Saito a couple of steps into center field. Strike 1 pitch, ground ball pulled down that left field line. That's going to be extra bases. Rounding first, digging for 2 is Jackson Norton, and he coasts into the second base station. It's a lead-off double for Norton. It was Kian Sanchez that could not get the ball at third base, and that results in a lead-off double for Jackson Norton, and Lincoln picks up where they left off in the second inning. 1 on, nobody out. We are in the bottom of 4th, 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters against your Medford Rogues. Here's the second baseman, Ethan Groves. Tough one so far for Forrest Elmer. First offering comes home. Scores for a bunt, pulls it back, finds the outside corner, strike one. Groves got on base in his first at-bat, back in the second. Norton with a big lead at second base, the strike one pitch. Off the end of the back, goes to his right, Jacob Neugebauer, and Neugebauer can't make the play. And Ethan Groves rather gets to first base, puts runners at the corners, and that's a definite E6 on the play, and that is the second error committed by the Rogues so far. So runners at the corners, nobody out. We are in the bottom half of it, inning number 4. It's a 3-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters against the Medford Rogues. We go back to the top of the order of Jordy Lopez. Lopez 0 for 2 at the dish. That's an RBI opportunity for Jordy Lopez, the two-way guy for the Lincoln Potters. Lopez this season has 34 runs batted in. Runners at the corners, Norton at third base, Groves at first base. First offering comes home. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike one. And no throw attempted by Anthony Thomas Jr. Puts runners at second and third. That eliminates the opportunity to turn two, but you can definitely feel Lincoln wants to respond after being swept up in the Rogue Valley last week. Gets back in the batter's box. This is Jordy Lopez, 0 for 2 at the dish. Infield is closed in for the Rogues. Strike one pitch. Bouncing ball, tracking it down. It's Anthony Thomas Jr. 1 ball and 1 strike. You think about how the Rogues have handled their business, giving up a 3 spot in the second, trying to limit the damage. This is a big This is a big inning right now if you are Forrest Elmer. 1 ball and a strike. Fastball, misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Norton at third base, Groves at second base. Infield is still closed in. 2-1 home. Ground ball to the left side, bobbled, and it's going to go off the glove of Jan Neugebauer. 1 runs in, rounding third, racing towards home is Groves. He scores standing up. It's a 2-run single plus the air, and Jordy Lopez capitalizes with runners in scoring position. So a 2-run single and the air makes it a 5-0 lead for the Potters. Still nobody out. Nobody active in the Rogues bullpen. Here's Ian Gazan. 1 for 2 so far tonight. Lights are firing up right now at McBean. Forrest Elmer and company can definitely turn 2 to get the first 2 outs of the inning. Glances at first base. Big lead for Jordy Lopez at first. First pitch. Chopper foul. Third base side. Strike one. Ian Gazan 1 for 2 at the dish. Flied out to the center fielder Evan Saito in the first. Got aboard of a 2-run single in the second. Strike one pitch, throws it over to first, chases back the base runner Jordy Lopez, gets back to the bag of a head-first slide. Now a quick conversation between battery mates Anthony Thomas Jr. and Forrest Elmer. And that quick conversation concludes. So no balls and 1 strike to the righty, Ian Gazan. No balls and 1 strike. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield is playing deep. Big lead for Jordy Lopez at first base. The 1-1. Popped up in the air, first base side. Calling everybody off is Jackson Rosenthal, the first baseman. Makes the grab for out number 1. Gazan pops out to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 4. 5-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the 3-hitter, the first baseman, Ty McGraw. 0 for 1 of a walk tonight. Gets into the batter's box for his 3rd trip of the evening. First pitch finds top third to strike 1. Ty tonight drew a walk in the first inning, got the second base, was left stranded there. Popped out to the third baseman, Kian Sanchez, to close the book on the second. Forrest glances over at first base. The base runner's Jordy Lopez, medium-sized lead. Jackson Rosenthal holding the runner. 0-1 gets away from the catcher, Anthony Thomas Jr., and scooting the second base is Jordy Lopez. That eliminates the opportunity to turn 2. And that's been that type of evening so far for the Rogues. Have not been able to catch a break. 1 ball and 1 strike now. The runner only 180 feet away from scoring. One ball, 1 strike. Fastball, and he did go around on it, says the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2, that's hit in the air, right field. Going back is Olsen, and he runs out of room. It's a 2-run blast for Ty McGraw, and it's a 4-spot put up in the 4th. It's his 8th home run of 2026. And it's a 7-0 lead. For the Lincoln Potters. Wow. So they had to fix the top of the fence because Evan Saito tried to climb it like Spider-Man in the outfield, trying to rob the home run ball, but the Blair's will take that part of the fence, protector the yellow part of the fence in right center. So bases empty, 1 out. It's a 7-0 lead for Lincoln. Here's the lefty, Shane Miller, 0 for 1 of a walk tonight. First offering. First pitch popped up in the air. Tracking it down is Kian Sanchez, a third baseman. Foul territory in front of his own dugout. Makes the grab for out number 2. Miller pops out to the third baseman for the second out of the inning. So bases empty, 2 outs. We are on the bottom half of inning number 4. 7-0 lead for Lincoln. If you are the Rogues, you definitely need to find a way to hit that reset button offensively. But before you get the offense to the dish, you got to get that third and final out. Ray Dobson, the right fielder, 1 for 2 so far, gets into the box for his 3rd at-bat of the evening. It's a touchdown lead for the Potters. It has not been a evening that the Rogues will want to remember so far in the Sacramento Valley. First offering. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Dobson tonight struck out in the first, singled in the third. Potter squad has had its moments. There is some activity in that bullpen. Rogues have a righty warming up. It's the dance master, Dylan Finelli, getting warmed up in the bullpen. I know that his dad is here at the ballpark. Strike 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Good fastball by Forrest Elmer. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes is Brady Dobson. Dobson from Stockton went to Lincoln High School, currently going to school at Cal State Fullerton. A 120 hitter for the Titans in Southern California. Back in the spring. And the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dobson played all 4 years in high school for the Lincoln High School Trojans. Baseball runs in the family. His dad played at UNLV. Behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Misses outside, and the count goes square. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Outfield is playing deep and straight away. Up inside with the center fielder for the Rogues. A couple of steps into right center. Deuce is wild, and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. Dobson down on strikes, and the inning comes to a close. 5th strikeout victim for Forrest Elmer, but the Potters put up a 4 spot in the inning. 4 runs across on 3 hits, 1 error committed by the Rogues, and nobody left stranded. It is a 7-0 lead for Lincoln. We head to the 5th inning right after this. That is the awesome pool guy 5th inning. Can the Rogues offense wake up? Anthony Thomas Jr., Jaden Neugebauer in the back to the top of the order, Jonathan Walsh. Can the Rogues have a response in the Sacramento Valley? We shall see. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. It's a touchdown lead for the Lincoln Potters. We head to the top half of inning number 5. A 7-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Rogues offense trying to wake up and have a response on this Friday evening in the Sacramento Valley. My name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. We are in the 5th inning, and the 5th inning is the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. 5th inning is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. You need to replace your vinyl pool liner? Call the Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. 8-9-1 due up for the Rogues. It is Anthony Thomas Jr., Jaden Neugebauer, and back to the top of the order with Anthony Thomas Jr. We have a special guest. They'll be joining us for the next couple of innings. And this is going to be a very intriguing inning for the Rogues offensively. Rogues have had base runners on but have not been able to capitalize. 1-2, line drive. Bobbled by the second baseman Groves. A throw to first base, and the recovery is on the money. 4-3 on the ground out. And you can definitely see how fast that ball is on the ground in the infield, that artificial turf. And a 4-3 on the ground out. Tough break for Anthony Thomas Jr. And you're probably thinking about this during the commercial break. This is kind of like what we saw on Tuesday and Wednesday at Recreation Park. Rogues offense had opportunities to get runners across but could not find the muster to get it across. And now, base is empty, 1 out. Here is Jay Neugebauer. We are in the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. First offering to the lefty. Breaking ball, misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jaden today, 0 for 1 at the dish, has had his moments. The young man from Chico, California, just up the road here in the Valley. 1-0, finds top third, strike 1. Generous call. That was on the top of the zone, says Trackman. I mean, you can't argue with Trackman on that. 1 ball and a strike. Slider misses low and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Our special guest will be joining us in the next inning, but if you're the Rogues, you got to find that sweet spot offensively. You got to find a way to get some runs across. 2-1, chopper to the first base side. Ty McGraw, the second baseman. Groves can't make the play. Goes into right center, and Dan Neugebauer gets aboard with a 1-out single. That ball is lethal in the infield. It definitely has some vicious hops to it with that artificial turf, and the Rogues have another base runner aboard in this game. 1-out base runner on with Jay Neugebauer. You think about what happened. The Rogues had a base runner on in the first, a base runner on in the second, had runners at the corners in the third, and had a base runner on in the fourth. So the Rogues have had opportunities. It's just not been cooperating offensively. So 1 on, 1 out. We go back to the top of the order with Jonathan Walsh. It's a 7-0 lead for Lincoln. First pitch, ground ball to left side, scoops it up as a third baseman Gazan, throws it over to second for 1. The throw over to first base by Groves in time. 5-4-3 twin killing, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 5 right after this. We continue the Asa Pool Guy 5th inning. All Lincoln on this Friday evening. 7-0 Potters. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our Hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
We continue the Asa Pool Guy 5th inning from McBean Park in Lincoln, California. Brian Woods back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. First call to the bullpen tonight goes to the Rogues. Rogues send in Dylan Finelli, the dance master, in relief of the starting pitcher, Forrest Zelmer. This pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Forrest Zelmer went 4 innings on the hill, gave up 6 hits, 7 runs, did strike out 5 Potters batters, but had a little bit of trouble. Did issue 1 walk actually 3 walks in the process in the game, and had 2 errors in that whole entire outing on the hill. Dylan Finelli gets his warm-up tosses in, gets ready to go to work now, and talks with Anthony Thomas Jr. This is a new dynamic. Battery mates that have not worked together as much this season. Dylan Finelli this season in 2026. ERA of 4.83, 1 win, 2 losses, 7 appearances, 6 starts. 31 2/3 innings pitched. Opposing batters hitting 197 against him. 6-7-8-2 up for the Lincoln Potters. Mason Belding leads off the inning, followed by Cooper Smith and Jackson Norton. Dylan Finelli sets up on that first base side of the rubber and fires the first pitch. Fastball finds the outside corner. Strike 1. Belding, the high school senior, 0 for 2 so far. Gets back in the batter's box, and we talked about him a little bit ago. Great conversation with his head coach, Eli Garcia, before first pitch. He was talking about the maturity. Strike 1 pitch. This is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Talking about how he's the ultimate competitor. And Eli Garcia talked about what you've seen from him, the difference from a 17-year-old Mason Belding to an 18-year-old Mason Belding. Great kid having that dugout for the Lincoln Potters. 1 ball and a strike. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that pitch was out of the zone, says TrackMan. TrackMan, one of the tools that is used in the Pacific Empire League. Infield is playing deep. Jay Neugebauer halfway, like probably it's close to the bag at second base. He is on that lip in left center field. 2 balls and a strike. Lincoln waits, and now time taken, and now Dylan calls in his battery mate Anthony Thomas Jr. Let's pause. The action is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. Need to replace your vinyl pool liner? Call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. 7-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters against your Medford Rogues. A 3-run second inning, a 4-run fourth inning put up by the Potters. As kind of took the wind out of the sails of that Rogues offense and defense. Dylan Finelli going to try to find a way to fan the flames on this Friday evening in Northern California in the Sacramento Valley. Lights are turned on at the ballpark. 2-1. Line drive hooks it foul right into the bullpen of the Potters, and the count goes square. Belding tonight struck out in the second inning, struck out in the third inning, has not reached on base yet. The thing is that Belding does well as he handles, he's really mature. 2-2. Breaking ball, misses low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dylan Finelli pitching once again for the Rogues. You like what you've seen so far from Dylan Finelli? Three-two, chopper foul to the right side. We'll do it again. You notice how this team has handled the adversity. Got to find a way to just keep the. Have to find that zone once more if you are Dylan Finelli. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2, misses low. Ball 4, Mason Belding takes first. Leadoff walk issued by Dylan Finelli. So the leadoff man is on for the Potters. 1 on, nobody out. We are on the bottom half of inning number 5. Lincoln 7, Medford nothing. Here's the DH man, Cooper Smith. Lefty gets into the batter's box for his 3rd trip of the evening. 1 for 2 so far tonight. Rogues defense has had its moments throughout this whole entire Friday evening, but the thing is you got to keep trucking. And Cooper Smith goes to work now. This is the part of the lineup that has been the most lethal for the Potters tonight. First pitch, misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Seen what this team can do. One 0, this is low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Medium-sized lead for Mason Belding at first base. Jackson Rosenthal, his counterpart, holding him on at first base. 2-0. Breaking ball, misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes. It's kind of funny, we were at the team hotel today. I was walking around the lobby, saw Dylan Finelli, had his Ike sandwich bag in hand, and he was on the phone with his girlfriend, Carly. And I said, "What's going on, Carly?" And Carly's face lit up. She said, it's the broadcaster. It's Brian Welch. 3-0, finds the top 3rd strike 1. And she said, "I'm your biggest fan," and I was honored that Carly said that. Always a pleasure seeing Carly at the ballpark this summer. She got to go see a couple of games at Harry and David Field. Dylan Finelli going to try to find a way to turn 2 in this inning. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 3-1, outside ball 4. Cooper Smith takes first. Back-to-back walks issued by Dylan Finelli. So 2 on, nobody out. We are in the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. Here's the left fielder Jackson Norton. Here's the pitching coach, Nick Berger, stepping out of the dugout and have a conversation with Dylan Finelli and Anthony Thomas Jr. This pause of the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings and even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Lincoln leading 7-0 against your Medford Rogues. Game 1 of this 2-game set from McBean Park. We'll be back at it tomorrow. It is a 6:05 first pitch, final game of this 5-game road trip. Rogues will hit the road to Medford right after the game. Then it'll be back on the road Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down at up in the Arcata Ballpark inside the Redwood Curtain. Rogues have those final 3 home games against the West Coast Kings for Fan Appreciation Week. Get your tickets at medfordroguesbaseball.simpletix.com. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what's going to happen against the West Coast Kings. But getting back to the matter at hand, can the Rogues defense find a way to keep a very red-hot Lincoln Potter squad off the scoreboard in this inning? 3 runs across in the second, 4 runs across in the 4th inning. Dylan Finelli takes on Jackson Norton for the first time tonight. Glances over at second base, fires the pitch. First pitch, slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Good pitch by Dylan Finelli. Norton today reaching on base in his both at-bats. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ground ball off the end of the bat to the third base side, picked up by Kean Sanchez, the third baseman. The throw to first base, and the throw is dug out in time by Jackson Rosenthal. 5-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. So that moves the runners, Melding and Smith, to second and third base. That eliminates the opportunity to turn 2. And if you are the Rogues, you want to find a way to get out of the inning. If you're Lincoln, you could definitely turn it out for a run. And a game where you have to find any momentum if you are the Rogues. Infield is closed in for Medford. First offering comes home. First pitch, fouls it off to the screen. Strike 1. And one of the interesting parts of McBean Park in Lincoln is the shade covering for the whole entire grandstands. From the third base side all the way to the first base side. So it's perfect if it is a hot afternoon in the Sacramento Valley, which in the summer it does get hot here in California. No balls and a strike. Strike 1 pitch, hits that sky high in the air. Center field, tracking it down as Evan Saito goes to his right, makes the grab, tagging from third, speeding towards home as Mason Bell. The throw to third base, gets away from the third baseman, Kean Sanchez. And a sac fly off the bat of Ethan Groves drives in the 8th run of the evening. It's an 8-0 lead for Lincoln. And the Potters keep finding ways to capitalize, and they're playing the game of baseball well. So that is the second out of the inning. 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the awesome pool guy 5th inning. And the frustrating inning continues, and also the frustrating evening. That's what it's been like. Just from the Rogues had opportunities to get runners across, but have not been able to find ways. But Potters on a 5-game winning streak, clicking on all cylinders. Finelli sets up on that first base side, the rubber. Sets, and the first offering. First pitch, misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Go back to the top. Oh. It's Jody Lopez at the dish. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lopez tonight. 1 for 3 at the dish so far. It's just been a tough one. 1 ball and a strike. Fastball. Misses low. 2-1 to the lefty. Lopez struck out in the first inning, popped out to the shortstop, Jay Neugebauer, in the second. Got aboard on a 2-run single plus an error in the 4th inning. Came around and scored on that as well. 2-1 home. Slider misses inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three-1. Breaking ball, pours in for a strike on the inside corner, and the count goes full. Lopez gets a swing, gets back in the batter's box. Crowd is starting Crowd is liking what's going on. It's the hometown Potters. Rogues right now trying to catch a break defensively. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball misses low and in, ball 4. Jody Lopez takes first, coaxes a 2-out walk. It's the 3rd walk issued so far by Dylan Finelli tonight. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning, 8-0 lead for Lincoln. Game 1 of this 2-game set. 4th meeting of 2026 between the 2 programs. This is a big one. This is you can definitely feel game if you want to preserve this game. And Zahn trying to find a way to capitalize. 1 for 3 this evening at the dish. Dylan Finelli sets on that first base side and delivers. Runner goes. First pitch finds the inside corner. Throw to second base. The throw to home and trying to steal home is Smith, and he's out at home plate. Great recovery by the Rogues defense, and the inning comes to a close. 1 run comes across on no hits, no errors, and we have played 5 in the Sacramento Valley. That means we wrap up the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. We head to the top half of inning number 6 right after this. Do it for the Rogues, Daniel Berman, Kian Sanchez, and Chris Ortiz. Can the Rogues offense wake up in Lincoln? More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. It's an 8-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters against the Medford Rogues. Top half of inning number 6 from McBean Park. Game 1 of this 2-game set between the Potters and the Rogues. And the Potters called to the bullpen for the first time this evening, replacing the starter Drew Brown. And they send in the submariner, guy who's really familiar with the Rogue Valley. The submariner getting his warm-up tosses in. And the submariner is Dylan Schmidt. First pitch, fastball, misses low, 1 ball, no strikes. It's 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Rogues. Daniel Berman, Kian Sanchez, and Chris Ortiz. This pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by our good friends at KTVL 10th of the Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Throw over to first base with a third baseman. Gazan gets him out for out number 1. 5-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. Bases empty, 1 out. Here is Kian Sanchez, the third baseman. Let's give you that read once again. This pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Kian Sanchez at the dish. Goes to work for his 3rd trip of the evening. 1 for 2 so far. And the first pitch. Dots the inside corner, strike 1. In an evening where the Rogues offense has not had its best night, and the Rogues have a little bit of a confidence boost. No balls and a strike, and the pitch. One ball and 1 strike. 1-1. Ground ball, pulled foul, hits head coach Kevin Olmstead at the third base coach's box. Head coach Kevin Olmstead smiling a bit and telling Kean, hit to the right. That's going to be on the, we'll talk about that in our one-on-one conversation with head coach Kevin Olmstead tomorrow. Kevin Olmstead not breaking a sweat. The future dad coaching over at third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kean Sanchez doubled in the first. Grounded out to the first baseman in the third. And the 1-2 has to get out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Five innings on the hill for Drew Brown, the starter for the Lincoln Potters. No runs. Gave up 4 hits. 2-2. Hits down in the air, shallow right center field. That drops down for a hit. Kean Sanchez aboard with a 1-out single. Like the offense for the Rogues so far this evening, it has not been much, but when the Rogues offense gets clicking, you like what you're seeing. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the top of 6. 8-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the DH man, Chris Ortiz, 0 for 2 at the dish. Gets ready to go to work now for his 3rd at-bat of the night. Rogues offense has had its moments so far. The question is, can the Rogues capitalize with the base runner on at first base? First offering for Schmidt. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Chris Ortiz struck out in the 4th inning, struck out in the 1st inning. In a night where the Rogues offense has not had its best night, can they turn it around in this inning? It's never too late. No balls and a strike. Strike 1 pitch, misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Be back at it tomorrow, 5:40 for the pregame show. My apologies for hitting got the wrong link for the broadcast. My apologies. Also, Pool Guy on Deck show tomorrow at 5:40 p.m. 1-1 finds the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So you think about what the Rogues have had to go through. A couple of losses already in this road trip to Healdsburg. In a victory, a gritty win yesterday evening against Solano. Trying to ride the momentum into Lincoln, but Lincoln has derailed it. 1-2, called strike 3. Slider finds the outside corner. Chris Ortiz down on strikes. His 3rd time striking out tonight. It's the first strikeout victim for Dylan Schmidt. And it puts 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the top half of inning number 6. So Jackson Rosenthal settles in. First pitch, swing and a miss on the slider. That's been the enticing pitch to this Rogues batting order. The side armor from Dylan Schmidt. I'll have to give you Dylan Schmidt's numbers this season. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. This is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Schmidt this season a 1.93 ERA. No wins, no losses. 8 appearances, no starts. So gets his 9th appearance of 2026. 1 ball and a strike to Jackson Rosenthal. 0 for 2 so far tonight. 1-1. Fastball misses outside at 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1. Fastball misses up and in, 3 balls, 1 strike. We've hit close to the 2-hour mark in this game. Three and 1. Fastball outside, ball 4, and Jackson Rosenthal takes first. It's the first walk issued by Dylan Schmidt tonight. Puts runners at first and second. 2 on, 2 outs. We are on the top of 6. Here's the center fielder, Evan Saito. It's an 8-0 lead for Lincoln in game 1 of this 2-game set. Here's the pitching coach for the Lincoln Potters, Coach Nate Kowalski, talking with his reliever, Dylan Schmidt, and the whole entire infield. This pause of the action is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. You need to replace your vinyl pool liner? Call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. Rogues have runners at first and second, and pitching coach for the Potters definitely recognizing the situation. Don't want to give the Rogues too much hope, but if you're the Rogues, you want to find a way to capitalize on any momentum you can get, especially in this part of the game. We are in the top half of inning number 6. Rogues going to try to find a way to erase the goose egg on the scoreboard. Rogues had runners on at the corners in the 3rd inning, could not get runners across. So now, if you are Medford, this is a huge opportunity. 2 on, 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Evan Saito. The Rogues outfielder tonight trying to provide a little bit of offense. Evan Saito doing his best Spider-Man impersonation during the home run from Ty McGraw back in the 4th inning. First pitch, misses upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. One out, finds the bottom 3rd, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Fouls it off to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Fastball outside, and the count goes square. So now deuce is wild. Saito tonight grounded out to the second baseman. Groves in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, forced out to close the book on the 4th inning. 2-2. Slider misses down and out, and the count fills. Payoff pitch upcoming, and the delivery. 3-2, chopper to the first base side, glove by Ty McGraw, spins around, throws it over to the pitcher, Schmidt, and he gets the force out at first base. 3-1 on the ground out. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left. Kean Sanchez left on at second base, Jackson Rosenthal left on at first, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. Can the Rogues defense find a way to keep Lincoln off the scoreboard? It's Lincoln leading 8-0 against your Medford Rogues. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Tough one so far in the Sacramento Valley. 8-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Rogues called the bullpen once again on this Friday evening. The relief for Dylan Finelli. It's Aiden Bowman, the Stockton native, a guy who grew up in the Delta area, went to school at Lincoln High School. And this pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Dylan Finelli goes an inning on the hill, gives up 1 run, did issue 3 walks. 3 walks in the process. No hits rather, 3 walks and no strikeouts. Aiden Bowman gets an opportunity to pitch against the Lincoln Potters tonight. Bowman this season for the Rogues. ERA of 5.23, 1 win, no losses, 5 appearances, 3 starts so far in 2026, 10 1/3 innings pitched. Aiden Bowman's, you bet his family's in attendance here in the Sacramento Valley. The first batter he sees is Ian Gazan. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Potters. Ian Gazan followed by Ty McGraw and Shayna Miller. You can definitely feel the urgency to have a quick inning for the defense of the Rogues. First pitch, fastball, misses upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Rogues were shut out to start off the road trip in Healdsburg. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard after the 1-0 pitch from Aiden Bowman. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball gets away from Anthony Thomas Jr. 2 balls, no strikes. Downtown scoreboard brought to you by our good friends at Kramer Cabinets. Couple of games, 1 game's already in the books. It's a 16-1 victory for the Healdsburg Prune Packers against the Marysville Giants. Currently in the bottom half of the 5th. The other game going on in the league, it's the West Coast Kings starting to heat up inside the Redwood Curtain. An 8-4 lead against the Crabs. They are in the bottom half of the 5th. 2-0. Slider gets away from the catcher, Anthony Thomas Jr. 3 balls, no strikes. Ian Gazan, the batter. 1 for 3 tonight. Flight out to Evan's side of the center fielder in the first. 2-run single in the second. Pop down to the first baseman, Jackson Rosenthal, in the first. 3 balls, no strikes. Fastball finds the outside corner. Strike 1. Gazan thought that was ball 4, about to go to first base. But the home plate umpire said that's a strike. And that was a little bit out of the zone, according to TrackMan. Strike zone starting to expand a little bit. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball popped up down the first base side. Jackson Rosenthal chasing it down. And all he can do is watch that one bounce near the party area on that first base side. And the count goes Phil at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good crowd on hand tonight for Christmas in July. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Rogues taking on the Potters. 6:05 first pitch, 5:40 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. It is going to be Star Wars night at the ballpark. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a pitch. 3-2, fastball, fouled off down the first base side. Will do it again. I wonder what Star Wars characters will show up. They were talking about this during the public address announcements before the game. I bet Darth Vader will show up. I bet a couple of stormtroopers will show up. Will Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker show up? That's the question. A couple of the guys are asking about that today. Who's going to show up for Star Wars night? 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bowman takes a deep breath, fires a payoff. 3-2, hits that in the air. Left center field, drops down for a hit. Ian Gazan gets aboard with a lead-off single. Potters offense still cooking something up on this Friday evening. 1 on, nobody out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 6. Here's first baseman Ty McGraw for the Lincoln Potters. It's all Lincoln on this Friday evening. 8-0 lead for the Potters in game 1 of this 2-game set. Ty McGraw tonight 1 for 2 of a walk. You don't want to give him the green light. Medium-sized lead for Gazan at first base. Jackson Rosenthal holding the runner. First pitch, breaking ball, misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Ty tonight drew a walk in the first, got to second base, was left stranded there. Popped down to the third baseman, Kean Sanchez, in the second. Bowman glances over at first base. Gazan, a medium-sized lead. 1 ball, no strikes. Off speed, did go around on it, says the home plate umpire. Strike 1. And Ty McGraw igniting a flame, and the highlight of a 4-run 4th inning, a 2-run blast. I bet that ball is still orbiting the earth somewhere. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner goes. 1-1, ground ball to the right side. Picking up is Daniel Berman. Throws it over to first base in time for out number 1. 4-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. That ground ball out. Advancing Gazan to second base. Eliminates the opportunity to turn 2. So 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 6. 8-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here is the lefty Shane Miller, the shortstop, talking with head coach Eli Garcia a little bit before first pitch. Talked about Shane Miller in high regard about it being a difference maker in this 5-game winning streak. If you think about what happened between the Potters and the Rogues last week, it was an opposite. Rogues were feeling pretty high. Potters were feeling pretty low. First pitch, fastball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And this week, it's flip-flopped. That's the game of baseball for you. So any team can get hot. Rogues got hot last week. Rogues are still simmering, but are not to a full crank boil like they were last week when they boiled the crabs and swept the Potters. 1 ball and no strikes upcoming. And the pitch. 1-0. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Good crowd on hand tonight. We can't wait to see you back at Harry and David Field on a Tuesday evening. 6:35 first pitch against the West Coast Kings. That's going to be a crazy series, because that's going to probably be the series that might be the point if the Rogues go swing and a miss. Strike 1 on the pitch to Shane Miller. That might be a decisive series if the Rogues can go to the postseason. But this is a team that's always learning and also trying to learn from their mistakes and how to regroup, and the Rogues going to try to find a way to regroup. 2 balls and a strike. Gazan with a medium-sized lead at second base. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's for a base hit. Rounding third, racing towards home was Gazan. And the ball got away from the center fielder, Evan Saito, but it's an RBI single off the bat of Shane Miller. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. And the Potters finding ways to capitalize. And they find a way to capitalize once more.
And now batting
One on, 1 out. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the right footer Brady Dobson, 1 for 3 so far tonight. And a frustrating evening continues for the Rogues. First offering comes home. Fastball elevated. 1 ball, no strikes. Dobson tonight struck out a pair of times in the first and in the 4th inning. Singled in the 3rd. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Good pitch there. I always remember our pregame interview, our awesome pool guy on deck, Rogues Player Spotlight interview of Aiden Bowman. Bowman talking about his family, the family friend he considers an uncle, Dallas Braden. 1-1, swing and a miss on the curveball. Nice pitch by Aiden Bowman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now, Dallas Braden and Aiden's mom and dad went to high school together, close friends. Aiden Bowman trying to be a little bit like Dallas Braden right now in this moment. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball misses low and the count goes square. Dobson's lone at bat he reached on was a single back in the 3rd. Big lead for Shane Miller at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes 2-2. Fastball elevated. The throw over to second base, and the tag is in time. Logan Macy, the new catcher for the Rogues, guns down Shane Miller. And that's the second out of the inning. That's a crucial second out for the Rogues. So now, you like what you're seeing if you are the Rogues. Logan Macy, big pop from behind the dish, swing and a miss, strike three, and the inning comes to a close. No, one run rather. On 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. First strikeout victim for Aiden Bowman tonight. And we have played 6 in the Sacramento Valley. It's Lincoln leading 9-0 against Medford. 7th inning coming up right after this. Do it for the Rogues. Quentin Olson, Anthony Thomas Jr., and Jaden Neugebauer. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
Put your hands up. Let me see if you won.
Through 6 innings of play from McBean Park in Lincoln, California. Lincoln 9, Medford nothing. Top half of inning number 7 from McBean Park. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. It's been a tough evening so far in the Sacramento Valley. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. The Potters turn to the bullpen once again on this Friday evening. They turn it to Cooper Carlton from Rockland, California, out of the UCSB. So Cooper Carlton, the third pitcher use so far tonight for the Lincoln Potters. Cooper Carlton gets ready to go to work, facing 7, 8, 9 in the Rogues batting order. Quentin Olson followed by Anthony Thomas Jr. and Jaden Neugebauer. Rogues offensively, no runs across on 5 hits. It's not been the night for the Rogues offense, kind of similar to what we saw on Tuesday night at Recreation Park. First offering from the southpaw, who works on that first base side of the rubber, loses the hat, spins around as a 360. Misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. This pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by our good friends at KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Quentin Olson today, 0 for 2, 0 for 1 for walk. 1 ball and no strikes. Slider misses outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Quentin today drew a walk in the second. Was caught stealing at second base. This has not been the evening for the Rogues offense. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch upcoming. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Quentin from Scappoose, Oregon. We always talk about Quentin's love for cooking before games. Has his pregame meal already cooked. When we interviewed him for the Rogues Player Spotlight, he had made stuffed bell peppers. 2-1, slider misses outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Everybody enjoyed being at the team hotel today, being able just to relax, enjoy the sights of Lincoln. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Outside ball 4. And Quentin Olson takes first. Leadoff walk for Quentin Olson. First walk issued by Cooper Carlton this evening. And you think about what has happened so far. What do you think about how this inning has gone in the evening, rather? Rogues offense has been, they've had their moments, but just trying to get runners across, that's been the tough one so far. Base runner on at first base, nobody out. Here's the catcher, Anthony Thomas Jr. for the Rogues. 0 for 1 of a walk tonight. Dylan Schmidt's final line score, 1 inning on the hill. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. First pitch, breaking ball, finds the outside on the top, 3rd strike 1. And it's Logan Macy replacing Anthony Thomas Jr. in the 8th spot. Logan Macy, also a catcher and an infielder. Sets up on that first base side is Cooper Carlton. The southpaw delivers the strike 1 pitch, fouls it off, right side. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. And a night where the offense has been lifeless. Kevin Olmsted going into his bag of tricks, trying to find a way to bring it back to life. No balls and 2 strikes. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Logan Macy this season for the Rogues, a .270 hitter. 1 double, 1 triple, 2 round trippers so far. Had a 2 home run performance just a couple of weeks ago. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. 1-1. Breaking ball misses inside. Scoreboard says 2 balls and 1 strike. Now we have it right on our scorebook. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gotta make sure we keep that going. And I see a former Rogue walking around. 2-2 popped up in the air down that first base side. Trying to track it down as the first baseman, Ty McGraw. Can't make the play. We'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think that's Evan Oden down there. Evan played for the Rogues last year. Was supposed to play this year, but was injured at Hawaii Hilo in the spring. Might get Evan on and talk about being at the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball misses inside, and the count fills. Three-two. Ground ball, pulled to the third base side, gobbled up by Guzan, throws it over to second for 1. The throw to first base, and the throw's in time. Around the horn it goes, 5-4-3 Twin killing. And that is the first and second out of the inning. So wipes off the leadoff man, Quentin Olson. So quickly, 2 outs, bases empty. We are in the top half of inning number 7. And here's the 9-hitter for the Rogues, Jay Neugebauer. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. First offering. First pitch swinging, hits that sky high in the air. Right field going to his right as Dobson makes the one-hand grab for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It's time to stretch in the Sacramento Valley. We'll be right back after this. Let's send it to the public address announcer for Lincoln. Let's see how the Potters do 7th inning stretch in the Sacramento Valley.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, sadly the 7th inning also means last call for alcohol. So, if you were thinking of a cold one to top off this beautiful evening, this would be the time to go do it. Any fans or bars would like to thank Raising Canes for feeding our players tonight after the game. Our players are eating great and staying happy all summer long thanks to our community partners that have stepped up continuously every home game.
It's always fun to go to the different ballparks around the Pacific Empire League to see how the teams do the 7th inning stretch. We have a special guest that's going to be joining us in this inning. Bottom half of inning number 7 we go from McBean Park. Tough one so far for the Rogues. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. My name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. 6-7-8-2 up for the Lincoln Potters. Mason Belding leads off the inning, followed by Cooper Smith and Jackson Norton. This has been the lethal part of the Potter order so far tonight. 9 runs across. 3-run second inning, 4-run fourth inning. If you are the Rogues, you got to find a way to limit the damage on this Friday evening. First offering from Aiden Bowman. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Our special guest is here. I mean, he's a legend on the Rogue Streaming Network. This guy is always a lot of fun to talk to. And a guy that was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the All-Star Week. Steve Fidelli joins us from beautiful Lincoln, California. Steve, how are you?
Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Fastball gets away from the catcher Logan Macy. 2 balls and no strikes.
I thought, Brian, you needed to have a little story time since we got a touchdown still to make this one up. So you got an empty chair. Let's talk a little.
Well, you know what? We were looking at the crowd during the commercial break, and I recognize there's a former Rogue sitting in the stands tonight.
Wow.
Evan Oden, guy who played for the Rogues last year, guy who grew up in the Lincoln area, just to that first base side. 2-0 pitch. Fastball gets away from the catcher Logan Macy. 3 balls and no strikes. Mason Belding tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. Quiet evening for the high school senior. Second year playing for the Lincoln Potters. Was a high school junior last year.
And this kid's going to LSU next year, huh?
Well, he is currently undecided. That was a recent development. 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses up and out. Ball 4, and Belding takes first on a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning. We are in the bottom half of inning number 7. 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's a DH man at Cooper Smith. And a type of night where it kind of resembles to what the Rogues faced on Tuesday evening at Recreation Park. Offense had its moments throughout the whole entire evening, but the result still is the same. You got to find a way to get a run across, but the pitching staff they've had their moments so far tonight, but they've done a pretty good job of not making it balloon even bigger.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, look, it's tough to go on these road trips, especially with a team like the Rogues that plays the majority of their team at home in Medford. Get on the bus, make the trip down here to California, and get these guys into the hotel. They probably were feeling good last night after a big win. Who knows what they did, and it's showing a little today. They're dragging a bit.
1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. 1-0 hits that sky high in the air. Center field Saito at the track near the batter's eye. Makes the one-hand grab for out number 1. Smith flies out to center field for the first out of the inning. Bases 1 on, 1 out. We are on the bottom of 7. 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. And this is kind of the part of the season we think about and contrast from this year to last year. The Rogues still have an opportunity to get to the postseason, but if you go back on the time machine to last year, it was dire times in that dugout on that third base side.
Yeah.
But it just kind of shows the maturity and also a year of experience for head coach Kevin Olmstead, knowing what to expect in this part of the league.
Kevin's been money so far. These guys have actually been playing really well as of late. Kian Sanchez just on another planet, sizzling hot, and I think they're just following his lead. But you run into games like this, like we're seeing tonight. It's tough. These are young kids, and this is a grind. Coach says that from day one. This is like as close to professional baseball as you're going to get, and you're going to grind on that nightly basis. And sometimes you run into nights like this.
1-0. Fastball fouled off right side. Jackson Norton, the batter, he is 2 for 3 at the dish. Got a double in the 4th inning. Got aboard with an RBI in the 2nd. Did ground out to the third baseman, Kian Sanchez. Speaking of a new third baseman, it is Bo Blake, guy who grew up in the Turlock area. He's at third base. Great conversation with his mom and dad before first pitch tonight. It's been a great honor to meet All the parents that listen to the broadcast, 1-1, swing and a miss on the breaking ball, strike 2. And Tristan Ainsworth's parents.
Yeah, I've been sitting with Brad
game.
and Megan watching some of the game, and it's great when they come down to California, especially the good amount of the kids on the roster are from the state of California, so parents get a chance to make this drive.
2-1 gets away from Logan Macy, the catcher. Going towards second base is Mason Belding, and he goes to second base. So a pass ball advances Belding to second base. That eliminates the opportunity to turn 2. And you got to find a way to keep that confidence up if you're Aiden Bowman. No, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Steve.
No, it's we got to get outs here. That's what we got to get to the end of this one and put it behind us and get out there tomorrow and get after it. But hey, the thing that this is an experience, no matter what the score is for these kids. To be playing in front of a crowd like this, it's just it's as memorable as it gets.
3-1. Missed outside. They're going to say now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. They had.
No, I think he's saying 3-2 there.
3-2.
Right? 2-2. I don't know what this. He didn't call anything, but I think he called that one a strike.
Aiden Bowman sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Runner at second base is Mason Belding. The 2-1, 3-2 rather, fouls it off down the first base side, goes out of play, bounces around a couple of times. Did you park your car?
I did not. I read the
there?
sign, and I was not going to take any chances. It took me 3 hours to get here. The last thing I want to do is deal with AAA at midnight.
9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Game 2 tomorrow at 6:05. That's going to be a pivotal game in this road trip. Rogues head back on the road next week against the Humboldt Crabs. That's going to be a very fun series next week. 2-2, or 3-2 rather. Ground ball pulled to the third base side, gloved by the third baseman Bo Blake. The throw to first on the money for out number 2.
Nice play for getting off the bench there, cold and coming in.
And you think about it, the first time he saw action this week was in the Healdsburg series, replacing Daniel Berman when Daniel Berman had to exit the game with the injury. And Bo Blake handled himself well, had a couple of good plays defensively, looking pretty good at the third base spot.
All in all, this team, all year long, it's been solid defensively. These guys, couple of errors at short maybe today, but outside of tonight's game, these guys have been money with the glove.
First pitch, fastball, way outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Think about this. First time the Rogues this season have played on an artificial turf. And the game speeds up a lot more when you're on an artificial turf, and that's been kind of that adjustment period for the Rogues tonight.
Yeah, I mean, especially getting to those balls in the gap. I mean, they're shooting in the gap. The outfielders did a nice job tonight trying to eliminate triples.
1 ball and no strikes. Fastball fouled off left side. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The thing about this ballpark, though, is the atmosphere. This is
right.
a great home crowd. So, we're used to having the home crowd on our side playing up in Medford at Harry and David. But when you get down here and this crowd is it's Christmas in July tonight. So these guys are amped, and, it's a little extra pressure.
Well, the question is, did you get your snow globe?
I got hit with snow on the way in the gate. I'm still trying to get that off me. I think it was shaving cream or bubbles or something, and then there's a dude walking around looking like Santa. They went all in tonight.
Well, I mean, Santa Claus is wandering around. Tomorrow will be Star Wars night plus the fireworks show. A lot of the guys are asking me, who do you think is going to show up for the Star Wars characters? I'm like, I don't know.
You didn't bring your costume, Brian. Come on.
1-2. Fastball fouled off left side. I forgot my Wookiee costume in Eagle Point, but.
Come on. It's better pre-planning for the road trip next time.
Well, the thing is that the ownership group and the front office staff here in the Lincoln area, they gave me a couple of snow globes to take back to Medford for Jeff Weiss and Dave May. Plus,
that's nice.
Because
I'm sure Dave's going to put that on his desk.
1 ball and 2 strikes upcoming, and the pitch. Fastball outside at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you talked about it, Steve. This is the grind. You think about next week we'll be in Humboldt for that final series of the regular season. There's still an opportunity for this team to get to the postseason. Tonight's not the night, but what do you think this Rogues team needs to do to get over the hump? 2-2. Fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner.
Great pitch.
That's a nasty pitch by Aiden Bowman on the hill. Gets his second punch out of the evening, and that closes the book on the bottom half of inning number 7. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. I have that question for you.
Let's tee it up when we get back. Let's hear Little Figaro's.
We go to the 8th inning right after this. Due up for the Rogues. Jonathan Walsh, Daniel Berman, and Kian Sanchez. It's Lincoln leading 9-0 against your Medford Rogues. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Tough one so far in the Sacramento Valley. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Alongside of Steve Finelli, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Can the Rogues turn a negative into a positive? And the Rogues send in Diego Grabiello trying to find a way to get a spark on this Friday evening in the Sacramento Valley. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by our good friends at the Awesome Pool Guy. Does your pool or hot tub need repairs? Call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. Diego Grabiel, the Santa Cruz, California native, goes to work. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. Steve, we talked about a lot of the players growing up in California. Diego's dad was in attendance yesterday for the game in Solano, was in attendance today at the game against Lincoln.
Great gathering appearance
last
night in Solano. That was fun to see, and this is special. Being on the other side in the stands in an environment like this and watching the kids play, it's going to remember this one for a lifetime.
Diego Grabiel, a 289 hitter so far this season. 1-1, finds the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Think about what this team has done so far this season. Got a 3-game sweep against the Lincoln Potters. You got a 2-game sweep against the Humboldt Crabs. You head on the road for the first time in 2026, and you're not boiling hot, but you're simmering. 1-2, that's cranked in the air down the right field line. Dobson going to try to track that one down, and it goes out of play.
Whoa.
That was a definite crank.
Yeah.
The ball was flying well in BP today.
That there's probably not a sign where that car was parked out there. No one thought the ball can go that far. Somebody may have a windshield busted. Good luck.
1-2, swing and a miss on the slider. Diego Grabiel down on strikes for the first out of the inning. And it's been that tough one so far. It is a new pitcher on the hill for the Lincoln Potters on this Friday evening in the Sacramento Valley. It is the pitcher for the Potters. It's Troy Utsen from Rockland, going to school at Sierra College. We saw Utsen play up in the Rogue Valley. It was a Potter squad that was down on their luck, and now you think about it, game of baseball is pretty funny. First pitch fastball finds the outside corner, strike one. Daniel Berman at the dish.
This is a good Potters team. They had a rough run when they came up to Medford. These guys were ready for this, and we're going to have to punch back tomorrow.
Strike one pitch. Slider misses down and out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Daniel Berman at the dish, the Tracy, California native, 0 for 3 so far tonight. Struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the third, was left stranded there. Grounded out to the third baseman, Gazan in the sixth. 1-1, misses outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Is this C.J. Riccardi on their roster?
That's
here?
right.
Did you talk about that earlier in the game?
We have not. That was kind of one of our little Easter eggs that we have to. We think we might see C.J. tomorrow. Did not see C.J. in the clubhouse when I went to talk with Eli Garcia today. 2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. And you think about the former Rogues. You always want to see the former Rogues do well. Probably the first time. I'm trying to think in my time in the Rogue Valley, a former Rogue going up against this Rogue squad. 2-2. College strike 3 on the bottom third. Generous call with a home plate umpire. And it barely clipped the bottom third of the zone, according to TrackMan, because we had the TrackMan data
okay.
just
We're able to go back and grade this performance then. That's good. The great thing about this spot, broadcasting spot, is we are dead center.
That's
here.
right.
I know you're a little off to the first base side at the home ballpark, but we get to see exactly where that ball's crossing the plate.
So 2 up and 2 down in the 8th inning. Here's a 3-hitter, or it's actually Bo Blake at the dish, replacing Kean Sanchez. First pitch breaking ball finds the outside corner, strike 1. We talked about this a little bit before we threw it to commercial, that what is that one thing that this Rogue squad needs to do to get over the hump?
You know what?
For the next week.
The bats have been a little inconsistent outside of Sanchez and
Ortiz
has been pretty consistent, but we just, look, we had 3 double plays we hit into tonight.
Yeah.
That's certain sense that's just bad luck when you hit a no double play 3 times in a game. So
1-1 misses low, 2 balls and 1 strike. You can definitely, this team is not freaking out yet.
No. These guys are in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
They're
they
the
are.
team that
Yes.
everyone is chasing. So we are in the driver's seat. That's the mentality that they have to have. That's what Coach Kevin will stress to them when they get back to the hotel. We are the team that is in the playoff spot as of now. Mindset is we already swept these guys. We already swept the Crabs. We're going to continue to face teams of that caliber, and you've done it before. Just do it again.
Think about what I was talking with the Lincoln broadcaster before tonight's game, and I said, anything that goes down, we have the tiebreaker, because you get that 3-game sweep, and don't know how much that is going to play a factor.
That 3-game sweep was huge. That 3-game sweep was huge, and getting last night's win was important too. Like if we can just pick up wins along the next week, they're gonna be in that playoff spot.
Count is full in the pitch. 3-2, fouled off, first base side.
That's the most obvious thing yet someone can say doing color commentary. If you win, you're going to be in the playoff spot. But yeah, that's my.
You think about where the standings are right now. If the season ended today, Healdsburg and Medford would be in the postseason. It's the top 2 teams that get into the postseason. The second place team host the first game of the championship. So Medford would host at Harry and David Field. So game 2, and if necessary, game 3 would be down at Recreation Park. So a lot of things still have to happen. Payoff pitch still upcoming, and the pitch. Fastball misses low and outside, ball 4. Bo Blake coaxes a 2-out walk. I mean, at a whole night of negatives, that's a positive right there, and a good at-bat for Bo Blake.
This is where you want to string together a few hits. You want to put a run or 2 on the board. It may be a little hard to claw back 9 runs here this late, but you want to show a little fight, and you want to see the guys understand that, we can still battle and compete right now at this stage, even down 9-0. That'll bleed into tomorrow. When they come back out to tomorrow, they'll have the feeling of going through this lineup one more time, banging a few hits, scoring a couple runs. That's what you want them to walk away from this game with.
1 on, 2 outs. Here's the new batter for the Rogues, Ethan Swenson, replacing Chris Ortiz today. Chris Ortiz going 0 for 3 at the dish. Swenson was a guy who loved the confines of McBean Park. First pitch fastball right down the boulevard, strike 1. Hit a couple of home runs, or 10 home runs during batting practice, because this is a field that is a definite launching pad if you are a hitter. And I was talking about this earlier, Steve, about the different tenets that play here at McBean Park. 1 ball and no balls and a strike. Ground ball pulled to the left side. That's into left center. Base hit for Ethan Swenson. Ethan Swenson gets aboard with a 2-out single. Rogues have runners at first and second. And going to pass the bat along. Rogues answering the call there. It's there, Steve.
Yep, that's all you can do now is keep moving them 1 base at a time.
So 2 on, 2 outs. We are in the top of 8. 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the first baseman, Jackson Rosenthal. Jackson today 0 for 2 with a walk. But the different tenets here at McBean, you have the Lincoln Potters, the Cal State Peloteros. You have William Jessup, the D2 down the road. And I was telling a couple of the guys today during batting practice, pitcher nationally ranked Point Loma playing games here. Hits that sky high in the air, left center field. Lopez on the run. Lopez to his right makes the one-hand grab for out number 3. And the inning comes to a close. Want to stay on for another inning?
Let's do it. Let's finish this one out.
No runs, a hit, no errors, but the Rogues leave a pair on. It is Bo Blake left on at second base, and Ethan Swenson left on at first. We head to the home half of inning number 8 right after this. It's a 9-0 lead for Lincoln. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. After the game is over, are you looking for more Medford Rogues content? Plank Talk is the official podcast of the Medford Rogues. Hi, this is Brian Welch, the voice of your Rogues. Join me every week as we talk with the players, front office staff, and special guests along the way. Plank Talk drops every week during the season on the same channel you watch the Rogues. We will see you for Plank Talk. As always, go Rogues. Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport at rowdybcn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Home half of inning number 8, we go from McBean Park in Lincoln, California. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. It's been a tough evening so far. Lincoln leading 9-0 against your Medford Rogues. Rogues called the bullpen once again on this Friday evening, and they turn to Des Rawls. He gets his warm-up tosses in. This pitching change tonight and all season long, brought to you by our good friends at KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Aiden Bowman goes 2 innings on the hill, gives up 1 run, gives up a pair of hits, did have 2 strikeouts to his credit, and did issue 1 walk. But in a night of negatives, a definite positive for Aiden Bowman, having a good positive, especially this part of the summer. They go back to Delta College, and now the future Cougar from Lassen College goes to work now, Des Rawls. Going to be working with Logan Macy, a new battery mate that he has never pitched to before this season. And he faces 1, 2, and 3 in the Lincoln Potters batting order. Jordy Lopez leads off the inning, followed by Ian Gazan and Ty McGraw. What a way to start off your outing. You're facing the top third of the order.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most lethal part of this Lincoln Potters order.
So I didn't pick up BG's call the last 3 days because every time he's called me, I've been on a call. And so because I didn't pick up BG's call, I don't have the stats. He sends me the stats and then he calls.
Yeah.
And so I don't. What are the stats here? What are we looking at for Des?
So Des officially, there was a mix-up. There was a question in the stats from yesterday about who got the win against Solano.
Okay.
Eric Hernandez got the win. That was
Eric Hernandez was lights out yesterday.
And think about that play last night, Steve. Think about bases loaded.
Yeah. 1 out.
Finds a way to get the job done. A guy that wants to be in the medical field after playing baseball. First pitch fastball misses up and in, ball 1. Des Rawls this season, according to the Presto Sports Stats. Get that for you right now. Des Rawls, ERA a 7.11. No wins, no losses. 7 appearances, no starts. 1-0, breaking ball, finds the outside corner. That's a nasty pitch there.
That was nasty.
Guy who's going to be playing for Lassen College. Be going to school of Evan Roden and former school of head coach Kevin Olmstead. 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball, misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rawls sets up on that third base side of the rubber. The southpaw facing Jordy Lopez for the first time tonight. Lopez has reached on base 2 times. 2-run single in the 4th. Drew a walk in the 5th. Popped out to the shortstop, Jay Neugebauer in the second, struck out in the first. 2-1, pops that in the air. Center field tracking it down as Jay Neugebauer. The shortstop drifts to his right, and he makes the snaring catch for out number 1.
We got a score update from West Sacramento. It looks like Shea Langoliers just hit a homer in the bottom of the 9th to close the deficit to 23-3 tonight against the Nationals. So, speaking of building and working to take some momentum to tomorrow, I think Shea is doing the same thing down the road in West Sac.
That is true. And after the All-Star break, you want to start off on the right note.
Yes, you do.
So base is empty, 1 out. We are on the bottom of 8. Here's the third baseman, Ian Gazan. First pitch, fastball misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. You were at the All-Star game this week in Philadelphia.
We had a great week in Philadelphia. The city of Philadelphia, the Phillies organization, the Philadelphia Convention Visitor Bureau put on quite a show for that All-Star game.
1-0, or 2-0, and it actually hits the home plate umpire, and the mask falls off.
Take a little walk.
Gonna walk around and make sure he's okay. Logan Macy was gonna offer him his mask, making sure he's okay. And the third base umpire, we did not get the names before first pitch, but
talk to the pitcher here, give this guy a little chance to recover. But yeah, the All-Star game. So the All-Star game was announced for the 250-year birthday of America to be in Philadelphia in 2019. Typically, it's announced a year or two before.
Yeah.
It was decided that it would be in Philadelphia on this historic anniversary because longtime Philly executive owner President Dave Montgomery, as he was succumbing to a battle with cancer, decided to ask Rob Manfred to make that happen. And the city of Philadelphia and the Phillies organization had 6 years to plan for. What they put on was probably one of the best, if not the best, All-Star game that I've ever been to. And that home run derby, the drama on Monday night, was just an incredible cherry on top.
You know, it was kind of funny. I had that on at the host family house, and I was cooking dinner, and I didn't realize Jack Caglione was playing for the Royals.
Yeah.
I did not realize that because I remember him when he was playing at Florida, and I didn't realize that he moved up the Royals farm system ladder in a hurry, and a guy who was eligible for the home run derby.
Jack was the same draft when the A's took Nick Kurtz ahead of him. Both guys sluggers, obviously. And one of the cool things about Monday night is Jack's dad was pitching to him for the home run derby. And you can see maybe Dad was a little amped up. He was throwing a little cheese there. And the first few swings, Jack was grounding out. So it took a little adjustment, and then he started smacking. I think he hit 5 or 6 in a row. It was quite a sight.
2-1. Fastball misses low, 3 balls and 1 strike. And you think about the home run derby, it was not your big names that you usually see like Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani in the whole entire lineup for that home run derby, but it was good to see some of the newer faces of the league to be able to be showcased there.
There was a lot of talent there. Well, obviously the hometown guys, Schwarber, Harper, and they battled it out amongst each other, and then Schwarber all the way to the end. But one of the cooler things, we were sitting with a couple seats over from Walker's dad, and that guy was money, absolute money, and he was pumped up too.
1 on, 1 out. We are on the bottom half of inning number 8. 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the first baseman, Ty McGraw. Ty McGraw out of Troy University. You think about a guy that might be in the home run derby in the next 5 years if he keeps swinging the bat like what he's done tonight.
That's all it takes, a little pop.
First pitch, fastball finds the top third, strike 1. Ty McGraw, part of the Troy University squad that went all the way to Omaha, Nebraska. McGraw tonight, 2-run blast in the 4th inning was the cherry on top of a 4-run 4th inning. Did draw a walk in the first, got the second base, left strand there, popped out and grounded out.
Let's see how he does against the lefty here.
Strike 1 pitch, misses up and out. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a good point there. Ty McGraw, we talked about a little bit ago, earlier in the broadcast, about there was a couple of hits in Medford. If the wind cooperated, and if he put the launch angle a little bit to the left, he would have changed the game in a heartbeat. 1-1, fastball, misses low, 2 balls, 1 strike.
One thing I've learned from watching baseball over the last 2 years at Harry and David, the wind never cooperates.
Never, never.
At least for the batters.
Well, the funny thing is this year it's been the jet stream to right center.
Right, yeah.
That has definitely changed a couple of games. That Jonathan Walsh home run, 2-1, breaking ball, misses outside, ball 3 against Healdsburg.
Yeah.
That ball gone to the jet stream and said bye, bye, bye. That home run definitely reminded me of a game in Reno or Albuquerque with the elevation and the wind. I mean, minus the elevation in Medford, but the wind just kind of just think fouls it off.
Well,
to
if
the
these
screen,
guys
strike
know
two.
how to hit and use that to their advantage, I think Logan Macy had a couple of 3-run
That's
shots
right.
to right field too. So, look, you've got to play what you're given, and if you can use that strong wind to right and pop one over the right field fence, if you're a right-handed hitter, that's what you're open to do.
It's big.
That's how it's written up.
Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch runner goes. Fastball gets away from the catcher, Logan Macy. And Ty McGraw takes first base. You definitely knew Gazan was going to be on the move during that pitch, but puts runners at first and second. So 2 walks issued by Des Rawls in the bottom half of inning number 8. 2 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 8. 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the cleanup hitter, Shane Miller. And talking with head coach Eli Garcia before first pitch, he spoke very highly of Shane in this 5-game winning streak. And there is a new batter in for the Potters, replacing Shane Miller in the shortstop position. We'll get that, see who that number is. But Des Rawls facing a little bit of adversity. First pitch popped up.
At this stage in the
goes on the
game,
right.
we're hoping to see a little bit of an expanded strike zone and these guys getting aggressive with the bats, and let's get some outs here.
And a night where it's been frustrating for this Rogues pitching staff. You think about what happened in that first inning, you thought it was going to be a good night with Forrest Zelmer finding a way to get out of the jam with runners at first and second.
Yep.
Strike one pitch, breaking ball, finds the top third. Then it kind of fell off the rails in the second and in that 4th inning with a 3-run second and a 4-run 4th inning.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck there. Obviously, at that point in the game, this place was packed and the crowd was into it, and you just got to battle through it.
0-2 slider, misses low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We had a Dylan Finelli appearance out of the bullpen tonight. He hasn't pitched in a little bit since he took his little sabbatical. And he had trouble locating the change, and if Dylan's not able to locate the change, it's going to be tough for him. So, yeah, he's got something to work on before next week when they're back at
1-2,
home.
fouls it off right side. But how much time does it take a pitcher to adjust to an artificial mound?
That's a great question, Brian. It's a very, last night they were on a mound. I think you called it Mount Everest. It was, and now tonight they're jumping on an artificial mound. It's probably not a huge adjustment to go to the artificial mound as it was to be pitching off a mound as tall as the one last night.
1-2, popped up foul right behind the home plate. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But I think you said it there, like the double play, those balls that were, tailor-made double plays on this turf, they may not be double plays on a grass field or even up in Medford there. So those are game changers when you have runners on and you're trying to build a little momentum, and it's just a true natural hop, fast right to the glove, and these guys obviously know how to play this field. They turn those double plays with ease.
1-2 misses up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes square. Nick Berger and I were talking about this during batting practice, the pitching coach of the Rogues. He was talking about if you're a pitcher, you like taller grass because the ball's going to go slow in the infield.
Yeah, that's right.
But if it's like what you see with the artificial turf, you just have to bide your time. 2-2, fastball elevated, and the count fills. Game 2 tomorrow, final game of this 5-game road trip. 6:05 first pitch, 5:40 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Rogues going to try to find a way to salvage this 5-game road trip. The Rogues have that 1 victory that was yesterday, and that was a crucial victory against the Solano Mudcats. Payoff pitch, runner goes. Fastball misses low, and the runners advance to second and third, and Shane Miller takes first. So 3 straight walks issued by Des Rawls, and now the pitching coach, Nick Berger, runs out to the hill to talk with his pitcher.
Yeah, last night we had the 4:30 start time. These guys played a 3-hour game, but they were out of there by 7:30. We don't want to extend this game any longer than it needs to extend. Coach sprinting out there.
And Let's pause the action in our broadcast tonight is brought to you by our good friends at Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point, locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. And time again, every time you definitely feel, okay, might have to have a conversation. Nick Berger's always out there. He understands the game well and understands the situation. You have bases loaded, 1 out. You got to find a way to definitely turn 2 if you are Des Rouse and company. First pitch fastball finds the outside corner, strike 1. But it's been fun to pick Nick Berger's brain about the pitching side of the game.
You can see the impact Nick's had on this roster and this pitching staff through the course of this season. And look, him and Kevin, have done amazing things with these kids. Not only from a training and adjustments and teaching them how to play, continuing to teach them even at this stage. But the culture that they brought together. This group is a tight-knit group of guys. The road trip, the 6 hours they're going to drive tomorrow night after their win back up to Medford.
That's right.
There's going to be no complaints. It's going to be all smiles, and it's going to be memories they make and last for a lifetime.
Well, the 1-1 fouls it off to the screen. We'll do it against a no balls and 2 strikes. Well, we went to the Dave & Buster's in Santa Rosa, and we picked up a couple of passengers. We picked up a Dave & Buster's alien inflatable.
Okay.
That's like a 6-foot inflatable. Tristan Ainsworth won a Rick and Morty pickle.
Oh, damn.
Inflatable pickles.
Do you have enough room on the bus to get these things back, or
well,
what?
The thing is, there was a discussion to put them in the dugout as extra members of the team. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Crucial second
Nicely
out of
done.
the inning. That's a nice pitch and a good recovery at bat for Des Rawls, and you like that recovery for Des.
Yeah, that was, Coach came out and he buckled down there. That's exactly what he needed, to strike out in that position. I'm getting back to the inflatables, though. It probably shouldn't put them in the dugout tomorrow. It's going to be my suggestion after tonight. If they start to have that discussion when you guys get back to the La Quinta Inn, please squash that one, Brian.
I will try to. First pitch finds a top third strike, one of the breaking ball. That kind of reminds me, there was a high school near the Fresno area from Mendota High School, and they had a big run in the postseason, and they had a Scooby stuffed animal that they put on the bench.
Yeah.
Strike 1 pitch, misses upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kalinga did beat that Mendota High School Aztec program, and that the Scooby was their good luck charm, but it ran out in that section title game down the road in Fresno. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty, Mason Belding. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But bases are loaded for the Lincoln Potters. Gazan at third base, McGraw at second, Miller at first base. The new batter for Miller. But more importantly, if you are Des Rawls, a big confidence booster could be on the horizon if you can get this pitch. 1-2.
Well, look at the TrackMan data there.
It went low. It was low.
All right.
Count is square, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's been the fun part this week of trying to get the TrackMan data from the different visiting teams. Solano had a TrackMan yesterday. I want to see what the exit velo from Kean Sanchez's home run was last night.
Oh, okay. That was an absolute shot.
2-2, slider, misses low and outside, and the count fills.
And he got into one late in the game, too, that I also thought had a chance to get out. Just the swing, and he's dialed in. I asked him before the game when I rolled up, does that ball look like the size of a beach ball coming in right now for him? And he is just playing some phenomenal baseball, that kid. He is incredible.
Count is full in the pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Belding down on strikes. It is the back-to-back Ks for Des Rawls. And at the inning comes to a close, the more important thing is it's Des Rawls sneaking out of the jam. The Potters leave the bases loaded. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 3 left. You want to stay for the 9th inning?
Let's do it. This is the final.
9-0 Lincoln due up for the Rogues in the top half of inning number 9. Final call with Evan Saito, Quentin Olson, and Logan Macy. 9-0 Lincoln. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3 and 4 bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Top half of inning number 9 from McBean Park. Final call for your Medford Rogues on this Friday evening. Alongside of Steve Finelli, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. And it's not been a rosy Friday evening in the Sacramento Valley, but can the Rogues find a positive before taking on the Potters tomorrow for the final game of a 2-game set, but also the 5th and final meeting between the Potters and the Rogues in this 2026 campaign? Evan Saito leads off the inning, followed by Quentin Olson and Logan DeMacy. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Steve Finelli joining us for the last couple of innings. Steve, it's been, we talk about it, a night of negatives. There has been positives. How about Des Rawls in the bottom half of the 8th, finding ways to get a couple of strikeouts, and also the Potters leaving the bases loaded?
Yeah, that's confidence you build on. If he gets the ball next week in a crucial situation, in a must-win game, it's what he's going to look back on, that couple of big strikeouts there against a really good hitting team to get out of it.
And a team that in the last 5 games have scored over 80 runs.
Well, the other thing is they're a good dancing team. It looks like the whole team just came out in front of the dugout, took the outfield wall pad and started to pump it up as they were doing over there. So, you know, I hope the guys in the visiting team dugout took notice of that. They got a big game tomorrow, and these teams are going to be neck and neck. These guys in the home team's feeling really good right now, and that's something that should make these guys, when they get back to the hotel, think about what they need to do to not let that happen again tomorrow.
Saito singled back in the 4th inning. New pitcher on the hill is Nate Criswell. Sets up on that first base side, the 0-2. Fastball upstairs, almost takes off Evan Saito's head. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This pitching change tonight and all season long, brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Evan Saito trying to put a charge into this offense and also get some momentum to carry over into tomorrow's game.
I'll tell you what.
Swing and a miss on the slider, strike 3.
I will be streaming the KTVL 10 news.
Yeah.
I will be buying Figaro Pizza when I'm up there. The awesome pool guy, when I get a home in Vegas and have a pool, is going to be invited down to clean that thing. Those sponsors were great all year, and they're burned in my memory for life, thanks to you, Brian.
And the Rogue Valley Manor as
yes,
well.
Of course. At some point in my life, I may be living there as well, sooner than later.
Oh, my word. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's the right fielder, Quentin Olson. Infield is playing deep for the Potters. First pitch, fastball, elevated, 1 ball and no strikes.
I'm going to hope they let me out to be an usher at Harry and David during the summer. That's going to be my dream.
They might have you run the organization.
Yeah, I'm more usher material at this stage.
1 ball and no strikes, and the pitch. And you've been to the Rogue Valley. These guys have loved the Rogue Valley this whole entire summer. There's just something special,
you know,
when you're there.
This has come up quite a bit over the course of the last 2 years, what the Medford Rogues mean to the Rogue Valley, to the city of Medford. It is an incredible experience for the fans, and it is a wonderful experience for the players. And I have never been part of something as a parent of a player that was as exciting and memorable as the experience that we've had over the last 2 years in Medford. 1
ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fouls it off.
This is going to be, unless we score 9 runs, this will be my last half inning on the radio with you, Brian. And what I do want to say is, you've improved dramatically, and this has been an incredible asset for the families. And I will continue to listen as long as you're doing it, and I'll follow you wherever you go and continue to listen to your broadcast. You're a great broadcaster. You're somebody that's made this accessible for all of our parents and the Rogues fans across the nation and the globe. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. That means a lot. Say a second strikeout for Criswell tonight, 2 up and 2 down. And the final hope for the Rogues is Logan Macy. Hopefully Logan Macy can extend the game. For me, I want to say thank you to you. Because I get a chance to pick your brain about baseball and get a chance to call the Rogues games. And also your wife, special thanks to your wife for allowing you to be up in the press box at Harry and David Field. On those times you're there, ground ball pulled to the left side, mass handled by the third baseman Guzman.
There we go.
And Logan Macy extends the game with a 2-out infield single.
Yeah, we're at opposite ends of our baseball careers here, but talking baseball, there's nothing better. And you've done a great job telling a story, painting a picture, and giving the fans something to wait and tune in for every day over the course of the summer. And, we're going to miss it. It's coming to an end here soon, and, I'll go back and watch the streams again on YouTube and pretend like it's live and relive it over the course of the winter, and then can't wait for next year's Rogues team, which we're going to follow like the biggest fans on the planet.
First pitch slider misses down and in, ball 1. Jay Neugebauer at the dish. 1 for 3 tonight, but it's the players who make the season special. I told the guys this on the bus going down. I was actually, when we beat Solano yesterday, so I said this is probably one of my favorite teams that I've gotten to work with and cover because they're just good guys, and they have great stories. 1-0, swing and a miss on the curveball, strike one.
Each year it's going to be a new group of players, and there's going to be different stories, and it's fun to get to learn who they are as people and ball players and see their strengths and weaknesses. But the consistency of Dave May and Jeff Weiss and the operations team and the people pouring the beer or checking your ticket when you get in, those are the smiles that you're going to remember when you walk away from this experience. And so, look, tonight's a tough night. It's a loss. We're still in a playoff spot. This team's going to continue to get hot. We're going to cap this season with a cherry on top and finish off strong over the next week and make the playoffs here. I can just feel it.
Jaden Neugebauer and the Rogues down to their final strike. Criswell sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Logan Macy with a big lead at first. Ty McGraw not even holding the runner. 1-2, fouls it off. We continue. Good at bat for Jaden Neugebauer. Got a piece of it on the bat. We'll do it again.
Don't let it end, Jay.
Potter fans getting riled up.
Yeah, we're going to need security to get out of here, Brian.
I just say I know Dave May and we're good. We're good. Especially thanks
That's worked a few times for me, too.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Criswell sets and fires a 1-2. Runner goes. Fastball misses low, and the count goes square. According to TrackMan, that was low.
All right.
So the TrackMan keeps everybody honest.
They're trying to sell a few more beers before these folks get out of here, I think.
Deuces are wild. Logan Macy at second base. 2-2. Hits that in the air. Right field. Going back is Dobson. Dobson makes the grab on the run in near foul territory. And Lincoln takes game 1. A 9-0 victory for the Lincoln Potters. And they get their first win against the Rogues in this 2026 campaign. Potters improved to 31-9 overall in the season, 14-8 in Pacific Empire League action. Rogues fall to 24-10 overall in the season, 11-7 in PEL action. Hope you can stay tuned for the Rogues post-game show that's coming up right after this, abbreviated from McBean Park. Steve, thank you so much for hopping on.
Thank you, Brian. Keep doing awesome things. Go Rogues.
That's Steve Finelli joining us on the Rogues Streaming Network. Rogues post-game show coming up right after this. 9-0 Lincoln. More after this on the Rogues Streaming Network. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. a full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball. Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport is pet-friendly as well. Book a stay at Rowdy Bucks Medford Airport at rowdybucks.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
It's a tough one in the Sacramento Valley. Lincoln takes game one, 9-0 against your Medford Rogues. Hi, everybody. My name is Brian Welch of the Rogues Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. And welcome to the Rogues postgame show. Rogues offense having a similar performance to what we saw on Tuesday evening at Recreation Park against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Rogues had offense, had their moments throughout the whole entire evening, but could not get runs across. Second time in this road trip, the Rogues have been shut out against an opponent. It was against the Prune Packers on the first game of the road trip, and then again on tonight with a 9-0 loss against the Lincoln Potters. Potters improved to 31-9 overall on the season, 14-8 in Pacific Empire League action. Rogues fall to 24-10 overall on the season, 11-7 in Pacific Empire League play. Rogues offense had a base runner on at second base. It was Kean Sanchez, a 2-out double, but the Rogues could not get the offense moving. And then the Potters answered with a 3-run second inning. And then in the fourth inning, a 4-run inning. It was topped off of a 2-run homer off the bat of Ty McGraw, and that was the Potters' offense. They were full send on this Friday evening. Then a run came across in the fifth and in the sixth, and that was enough, and that was a tough one for the Rogues' offense. They struggled trying to find ways to capitalize tonight, and you think about it, Rogues had left 2 on in the third, 2 on in the sixth, 2 on in the eighth. And think about the biggest opportunity they had was in that third inning. Runners at the corners. Rogues offense could not capitalize and pull the trigger. And that's probably might be one thing that the Rogues will have to work on tomorrow. That is the one thing that head coach Kevin Olmstead talked with the guys after the game was over. The Rogues have to find a way to get a second win in on this road trip. And that if you get a win tomorrow, it opens the door for an opportunity to get into that. They're still in that postseason hunt. Makes next week a little bit easier, but all you have to do this week, you have to win. And it was a tough one tonight in the Sacramento Valley. Lincoln takes game 1 of this 2-game set. Let's quickly pick our player of the game. And you know what? Forrest Zomer got the start, but Des Rawls gets our player of the game. Des Rawls came in the 9th inning, had bases loaded he faced, but got a pair of strikeouts to send the Lincoln Potters back to the dugout, and you like that confidence, and you like what Des Rawls has done so far this 2026 season. He's had his ups and downs, but you like the positive to close out this season, and there's Des Rawls. Going to be just to the right of us, but Des Rawls is our player of the game from McBean Park. Tomorrow, 6:05 first pitch. We'll get going at 5:40 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Special thanks to Matt Lundgren and the wonderful staff at the Lincoln Potters for allowing us to use their Wi-Fi tonight. Special thanks to Steve Finelli for joining us for the last couple of innings. And it's for everyone that has put this broadcast together. Brian Welch saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from McBean Park in Lincoln, California. Lincoln takes game 1 of this 2-game set. 9-0 the final against your Medford Rogues. We'll see you tomorrow at 5:40 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.